If your phone feels like it owns you, it's not your fault. It was built that way. And today, we fix it. Seriously, that constant pull, losing hours scrolling, brain fog so thick you can't think straight, it's not you. It's engineered hijacking. Feeling tired, distracted, anxious, that's the system working perfectly as designed to keep you hooked. But here's the truth. You can take control back. Stick with me right now, and I'll expose the manipulation playbook they use against your brain and show you the tiny shift that starts putting you back in charge today. Understand their game, reclaim your power. You're not alone. But listen up, because this is the most important part. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You don't lack willpower. Say it if you need to. I am not broken. I am not lazy. What you are is a human being with a normal human brain living in a world expertly, relentlessly engineered to hijack your attention 24/7. It's a constant battle for your time, your focus, your energy. These aren't just neutral tools. They are persuasive technology designed with one primary goal: to keep you engaged as long as possible. So feeling tired, distracted, anxious, overwhelmed, maybe even feeling kind of numb? That's not a glitch in your personal operating system. That's the system working exactly as designed. They want you hooked. They want you scrolling. They want you checking. Because your attention is the currency. That's the business model. But here's the game-changing truth. The truth that puts the power right back where it belongs. With you. You can take control back. Absolutely. You don't have to live like a puppet on a digital string, reacting to every ping and buzz. You can cut those strings, or at least learn how to hold them yourself. And it starts right now, first by understanding how this system works, pulling back the curtain on the manipulation, and then by making one tiny, deliberate shift in how you use that device in your hand. It's not about throwing your phone away. It's about shifting who's in charge. You, not the algorithm. Stick with me for the next few minutes because I'm laying out the playbook they use against your brain. Once you see the mechanics, once you understand the game, you can't unsee it. You start recognizing the hooks everywhere. And that, my friend, is where your power comes roaring back. That's how you start to change everything. Does this sound painfully familiar? You try to focus, really lock in on something important, and your phone buzzes. And suddenly, boom, it's 45 minutes later. You blink, look up from the screen completely dazed, heart maybe beating a little faster, wondering where that block of time vanished and what crucial thing you were supposed to be doing? Yeah, millions of us. Every single day. It's the digital Bermuda Triangle. Picture it more clearly. Deadline breathing down your neck. Exam tomorrow that actually matters. That creative project you say you want to work on, the one that could actually light you up. You sit down. You arrange your space. You feel that flicker of motivation, maybe even excitement. Okay, focus time. Let's do this. Laptop open, notes out, deep breath, then ding. That insidious little sound. A notification flashes. Instagram. Someone commented. Just a quick look, won't take a second. You lie to yourself. 5 seconds becomes 5 minutes scrolling perfectly curated reels. You see something funny, screenshot it, send it to a friend. They reply instantly. Banter, back and forth. You feel that little hit of connection, that microdose of social validation. Then you remember, oh right, the assignment. The guilt flickers. You try to dive back in, try to find that focus again. Ping. Group chats absolutely blowing up. 30 new messages. Something must be happening. FOMO, that gut-wrenching fear of missing out, screams bloody murder. Gotta know. Gotta be involved. Open it. Scroll back frantically. Type a quick reply, try to catch up, get sucked into the drama, the plans, the inside jokes. 10, 15, 20 minutes, gone. Vanished into the digital ether. Poof. Back to work attempt number 3. Focus, focus. Where was I? Buzz, email alert. Title looks vaguely important. Could be the professor. Could be that job application. Your brain rationalizes the interruption. You check it. It's spam or a promotional email with a 10% off coupon for something you don't need. Delete. Okay. Now where was I? Seriously? What was that idea I just had? The mental thread? Completely snapped? The motivation? Utterly fizzled. Deflated. Before you know it, you're mentally fried, physically tense maybe, eyes strained, and nothing significant got done. You feel frustrated with yourself, maybe guilty, definitely drained. You look at the clock, horrified. How did I just waste 2 hours? Let me drill this into your head. You're not lazy. You're not undisciplined. You are playing a rigged game, a game meticulously designed by some of the smartest behavioral scientists and engineers on the planet specifically to keep you clicking, swiping, checking, and ultimately distracted. Every ping, every buzz, every little seductive red notification badge, it trains your brain like Pavlov's dog. It creates an unconscious stimulus response loop. Ping, check. Buzz, check. Red dot, check. It conditions you to seek distraction, to crave that hit of novelty, that potential reward hiding behind the notification. That quick swipe down to refresh your feed? It's literally a digital slot machine in your pocket. Pulling the lever again and again, hoping for a jackpot. Juicy gossip, a viral video, validation via likes, a message from that person. These apps are masters of variable rewards. You never know what's coming. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's exciting. That uncertainty, that unpredictability is precisely what makes it so addictive. Your brain hates uncertainty in some ways, but loves it in others. It keeps you guessing, keeps you engaged. So you check again and again and again, just in case you miss that one important or exciting thing. And when you do get that comment, that funny video, dopamine hit. Your brain's reward center floods with this feel-good chemical. Brain happy. Focus gone. You've just hammered that addictive cycle deeper into your neural pathways. And here's the invisible cost, the kicker, the cognitive switching penalty. Your focus isn't like a light switch you can just flick on and off instantly. It's more like a heavy spotlight that needs to warm up, aim, and lock on. Every time you jump from your work to Instagram to your email, back to work, over to TikTok, that spotlight has to shut down, swing over, and slowly power back up again. It costs you time and significant mental energy every single time you switch. Neuroscientists have demonstrated this constant task switching literally makes you dumber in the moment. It fragments your attention into useless confetti. It kills deep thinking and complex problem solving. It reduces reading comprehension. It increases errors. It shreds your working memory, making it hard to hold information in your head. It's like trying to drive across town by only moving one block at a time, then parking, turning off the car, getting out, getting back in, starting the car, and driving one more block. You're burning mental fuel like crazy, revving your engine, but going nowhere fast. You're exhausting your brain's processing power on the switching, not on the actual task. That's why you feel so profoundly tired, mentally wiped out at the end of the day, even if you feel like you achieved nothing tangible. Your brain just ran an ultra marathon of distractions. We need to get this straight in our heads. This situation isn't accidental. This isn't some neutral evolution of technology. These companies, the social media empires, the app developers, the game creators, they have strategically intentionally spent billions of dollars researching human psychology, neuroscience, behavioral economics, all laser focused on one single goal: learning how to capture, keep, and monetize your attention. This isn't about building useful tools anymore. That's secondary. It's primarily about building addictive tools. This isn't just habit formation. It's engineered addiction. They employ teams, psychologists, engineers, data scientists, whose entire job, day in and day out, is to design and refine features that exploit the predictable quirks and vulnerabilities of your human brain. That deep-seated need for social validation and belonging, that primal fear of missing out, FOMO, that biological craving for dopamine hits. They A/B test everything: the exact shade of red on a notification badge, the specific sound a like makes, the precise timing of alerts, the placement of buttons, the algorithm that decides what you see next. All optimized through relentless experimentation to see what keeps you scrolling, clicking, and hooked for the longest possible time. They've built a sophisticated system that rewards you just enough, just unpredictably enough, to keep you coming back for more, even when using the app consistently makes you feel more anxious, more distracted, more inadequate, or just plain numb. And the most insidious part? Layered on top of this expert technological engineering is the social pressure. You've been conditioned, maybe not explicitly told, but certainly implicitly taught through social norms, to feel guilty if you don't respond right away. That text? Better answer in minutes. That DM? Instant reply expected. That friend's post? Like it now, or they might think you don't care. You internalize these pressures. You worry constantly about missing out. What if the plans change without you? What if there's an inside joke forming right now that you won't get later? You worry about seeming rude or uncaring. What will they think if I don't reply? Will they be mad at me? Will they think I'm ignoring them? You worry about being left behind. Everyone else seems to handle this constant connection. Why can't I? What's wrong with me? This pressure is real. It feels heavy. But hear this loud and clear. Let this be your next massive mental shift. Consider this your official, signed, notarized permission slip. You do not owe the internet or anyone on it your instant availability. Period. Read that again in your mind. Tattoo it onto your frontal lobe. You do not owe anyone instant access to your time, your energy, your focus, just because they sent you a digital message. They chose to send it. You get to choose when and if you respond. Seriously, let that sink in. Take a breath. The world will not implode if you don't reply within 60 seconds. Your friends won't abandon you. And if they do, were they really friends? Your opportunities won't all vanish. Your time, your energy, your peace of mind, your ability to focus, these are precious, finite resources. They are arguably your most valuable assets, and you have a fundamental, inalienable right to protect them. In this digital age, setting boundaries around your technology, around your availability, isn't just a nice self-care tip. It's a non-negotiable act of self-preservation. It's like putting on your own oxygen mask first before helping others. Setting a boundary isn't selfish, it's survival. It's recognizing that you cannot function effectively. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be a good student, a reliable employee, a present friend, a supportive partner, or even just a reasonably content human being if you are constantly drained, distracted, fragmented, and overwhelmed by the digital deluge. Saying no to the infinite, often meaningless demands online allows you to finally, truly say yes to what actually matters in your real, tangible, offline life. So, okay, we get it. The system is rigged, boundaries are crucial. But how do we actually do this? How do we translate this intellectual understanding into real, practical change when that phone pull feels like an irresistible magnetic force? Here's where most people stumble and fall. They feel overwhelmed, get a burst of frustration, and try to make massive, drastic changes all at once. They attempt the digital equivalent of climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. They go cold turkey. They dramatically declare, "I'm deleting all social media." Or they commit to these intense weekend digital detoxes, white-knuckling it through Saturday, feeling miserable and disconnected. They might power through for a few days, maybe even a week, fueled by sheer willpower. But usually, it doesn't stick. Why? Too big, too fast. It completely ignores the fact that these are deeply ingrained neurological habits, reinforced literally thousands, maybe tens of thousands, of times. It ignores the powerful underlying dopamine loops and the very real social pressures. Going from 100% connection to 0% overnight is jarring, feels like deprivation, and is often completely unsustainable in our current world. You haven't built the alternative muscles or support systems yet. So we don't go big. We get smart. We go small. Micro habits small. We leverage the proven science of habit formation. Tiny changes, done consistently, create massive results over time. It's the compound effect. We need to make the actions so small, so ridiculously easy, that it feels almost impossible not to do them. That's how you sneak past your brain's powerful resistance to change and start building real momentum. Here are those practical ideas again. Listen closely. I want you to pick just one. Not all of them. Not even two. One. The one that feels the least intimidating, the most doable for you, right here, right now. The first 10 minutes equals phone-free. This targets that morning brain hijack. Before bed, make a new habit. Plug your phone in across the room, not on the nightstand. Then, when your alarm goes off, maybe use an old-school alarm clock. For just the first 10 minutes of your day, the phone stays untouched. What do? Breathe deeply. Do a 60-second stretch. Drink a full glass of water. Simply look out the window and notice the day. The point is, you set your intention and tone for the day before the world bombards you with its demands, emails, and crises. Just 10 minutes. Start your day grounded, not reactive. Kill the noise. Notifications. This is about stopping the constant interruptions. Those pings and badges are attention assassins. Seriously, go into your phone settings after this. Be ruthless. Turn off every single notification. Banners that pop up, sounds that ping, red badges that scream for attention, that isn't time-sensitive and absolutely essential for your life or safety. Does Instagram need to notify you instantly? Number TikTok? Number Facebook? Number email? Unless it's specific VIPs like a boss or professor? Probably not. News apps? Definitely off. You can check the news when you decide. Turn them off. You regain control. You can still check the apps when you choose, on your schedule, not when the algorithm demands it. This puts you firmly back in the driver's seat. Schedule the scroll. This tackles mindless, reactive checking. Instead of grabbing your phone whenever boredom, anxiety, or habit strikes, which is probably dozens of times a day, be proactive and intentional. Decide on 2 specific time blocks per day, maximum 3 if needed initially, maybe mid-morning break and after dinner, where you allow yourself to check social media or non-urgent messages. Set a timer, max 15 minutes each time. When that timer goes off, you are done. Close the app. Put the phone down. This contains the scrolling. It stops it from bleeding into every single spare moment of your life. Do not disturb. Your new best friend. This feature is profoundly underutilized. Use it aggressively. Make it your default state when focus is required. Studying? D&D on. In class or a meeting? D&D on. Working on an important project? D&D on. Trying to sleep an hour before bed? D&D on. Having dinner with family or friends you actually want to connect with? D&D on. Protect your focus. Protect your presence. You can customize it on most phones so calls from specific, important contacts, like family, can still get through, but it blocks out the endless, non-urgent chatter. Make focus time sacred again. It's a superpower. Create a log-off ritual. How do you clearly signal to your brain, okay, digital work, playtime is over. Time to transition back to the real world. Create a small, consistent physical action that marks the end. Maybe it's plugging your phone into charge, across the room, making it effortful to retrieve. Out of sight, out of mind, mostly. Maybe it's closing your laptop firmly and saying, done for today, out loud. Maybe it's stepping outside to touch grass. Yes, literally feel the earth. Or look at the sky for 60 seconds. Maybe it's reading one single page from a physical book. Anything that creates a clear, tangible boundary. Online mode, off. Offline mode, on. Okay. Deep breath. Did one of those resonate more than the others? That first 10 phone-free minutes? Killing those noisy notifications? Scheduling your scroll sessions? Embracing do not disturb? Creating a log-off ritual? Pick one, just one, the easiest one. And here's the only thing I ask. Try it for 24 hours. Not forever. Not even commit to a week right now. Just one day. See how it feels. Pay attention to what you notice. Make it so easy, you literally can't fail. You'll be shocked what comes back to you. Maybe a tiny bit more focus. Maybe a moment of unexpected calm. Maybe just the subtle but powerful feeling that you're the one calling the shots again. Why bother with this? Why fight the dopamine tide? Why potentially feel awkward setting a boundary? Because the payoff isn't just escaping the negative cycle of distraction and overwhelm. It's about reclaiming something incredibly positive, something essential, your life. Your attention is your life. Where you place your attention determines your experience. Let me ask you something profound. Take a second. Close your eyes if you can. Really visualize this. What would your life actually look like, feel like, be like, if your phone didn't constantly own your mind? If it was just a tool you picked up with intention and purpose, like a hammer or a pencil, and then put back down? What could you really do with an extra hour or two each day? The average time many people lose to reactive scrolling and digital detours. What could you create? That side project? That business idea? That skill you keep saying you want to learn? A language? An instrument? Coding? That book you dream of writing? Or even just reading? What could you build with that reclaimed focused time? What about more peace? Imagine your brain without that constant low-level hum of anxiety waiting for the next notification, without the exhausting buzz of information overload. Imagine mental quiet. What clarity could emerge from that space? What could you think more deeply about? What complex problems could you finally unravel? What brilliant, original ideas could spark in that fertile silence? And what about more presence? Being fully there, mind, body, and soul, when you're talking to a friend, sharing a meal with family, working on something important, playing with a pet, or even just enjoying a simple moment of quiet observation. Not half distracted, one eye metaphorically or literally on your phone. What deeper, more meaningful connections could you forge? What subtle nuances could you pick up on? What could you truly feel and experience when your attention isn't constantly fractured? That FOMO, the fear of missing out. Let's call it what it is. It's mostly a lie. A carefully manufactured urgency designed by platforms to keep you hooked and insecure. What you're really missing out on isn't happening online. It's not in the endless scroll of curated highlight reels that often make you feel worse about your own life. Hello, comparison trap. It's not in the group chat drama or the fleeting viral trend. It's your real life, happening right here, right now, often unfolding quietly in the precious cracks between the notifications. It's the spontaneous, laugh until you cry conversation. It's the focused study session where complex ideas finally click into place. It's the moment you look up from your screen and notice the color of the sky, the sound of birdsong, the expression on a loved one's face. It's the feeling of genuine, undistracted connection. It's even the value of boredom, that space where your mind wanders, makes new connections, and solves problems subconsciously, a space phones have nearly eliminated. Your breakthrough moment, your best creative idea, your deepest human connections, they need space to breathe. They need moments of quiet reflection or even productive boredom. They rarely, if ever, happen when your attention is scattered like digital confetti. Setting boundaries creates that essential space. It allows you to hear yourself think again. It allows you to cultivate focus. It allows you to be truly present for the uncurated, unpredictable beauty of your own actual life. That's the real win. It's not about missing out online. It's about showing up fully offline. Okay, let's bring it all home. Feeling overwhelmed, distracted, maybe even feeling like you have a full-blown phone addiction? Let's recap the core truths. Number 1, it is not your fault. You're up against sophisticated, persuasive technology. Recognize the system. Number 2, you are not broken or weak. You are simply misaligned by an environment engineered to hijack your focus. Stop the self-blame right now. Number 3, boundaries are not selfish. They are necessary acts of self-preservation and self-respect in this always-on digital age. You have the right to protect your time, energy, and mental space. Number 4, real change happens through tiny, consistent steps. Micro habits are your secret weapon to rewire your brain and habits sustainably. You absolutely do not have to be a victim of this technology. You have agency. You have choice. You get to decide how you engage. You can take back control of your attention, your time, your energy, and ultimately, the quality and direction of your life. And it starts right now, with one simple decision. So here's your challenge. No more just listening and nodding. It's time for action. Pick one micro habit. We went through them. 10 phone-free morning minutes, killing those noisy notifications, scheduling your scroll time, mastering Do Not Disturb, creating a log-off ritual. Which single one feels the most doable, the least intimidating for you, starting today? Got it locked in your head? Good. Don't just think about it. Decide. Right now. Make a commitment to yourself. Say it out loud if you have to. Okay, for the next 24 hours, I am going to do your chosen micro habit. Maybe write it down on a sticky note. Maybe tell a friend or family member to help keep you accountable. Make it real. Start today. Try it for just 24 hours. That's the only commitment right now. Pay attention. Notice how it feels. Notice any shifts, however small. A moment of calm, a bit more focus, a feeling of being slightly more in control. Because once you start to see the system, you really can't unsee it. You'll start noticing the hooks, the triggers, the manipulative design everywhere. And once you take that one small, deliberate step back towards controlling your tech, instead of letting it control you, you start to reconnect with your own agency. You start to remember how powerful you really are. You build momentum. That one day becomes 2. That one small success makes the next step feel easier. One habit might naturally lead to another. It's a ripple effect that starts with a single, tiny pebble of action. Remember this above all else. You are not broken. You are misaligned. You're navigating a complex, challenging environment. And today, right now, you begin the shift back into focus, back into peace, back into presence, back into control, back to you. You absolutely got this. Now pick that one habit, make the decision, let's go. That's all for today. If this fired you up, share it with someone else drowning in digital noise. Go try that micro habit and let me know how it goes. I'm cheering for you. Always.